Good morning, students. Now we have the last question under ellipse, which is question number 10. Under question number 10, we have two sub questions A and B. Once we complete with this question number 10, then we will start with the hyperbola. So this case, this question, now last type of question, we need to find the eccentricity, center, coordinates of center, vertices, focus, equation of major and minor, same like we did under parabola. Major and minor, equation of major and minor, equation of diagonals, length of lattice and coordinates of lateral vector for these two ellipses. So let me first go with the A, then in next video lesson I am going to do with this B. So now first let's try to go with the A. So A equation here, ellipse given here, it is 25x square 25x square plus 16y square is equivalent to 400. So let's try to make it in standard form. To make in this standard form, divide both sides by 400. So when you divide both sides by 400, we have x square by 16 plus y square by 25 is equivalent to 1. Now, is this horizontal or vertical ellipse now? We can see 25, which means here 25 is greater than 16. This becomes the value of A square. So which means major axis is along the y-axis and minor axis is along the x-axis. So this becomes the vertical ellipse. Vertical ellipse. So for vertical ellipse, we know, okay, this is a vertical ellipse. Let me take it, okay. Let me first write, what's the A square value? A square value is equivalent to 25, implies A is equivalent to 5 units, yes or no? Then B square value is equivalent to 16, implies B is equivalent to 4. Number 1, let's calculate eccentricity. What's the eccentricity formula? We have E is equal to root of 1 minus B square by A square. By now you should be thorough with the formulas now, okay? So which is again equivalent to root of 1 minus B square value is 16 and A square value is 25. So 25 minus 16 is 9 and square root of 9 is equivalent to 3 divided by 5. So 3 divided by 5 is equivalent to 0.6, which is less than 1. So this becomes the eccentricity of the ellipse. So if this is the eccentricity of the ellipse, now number 2, what you need to find? Number 2, we need to find the coordinates of center. This type of equation, actually we have x minus h whole square. So what's our h and k value? Here in this case, h and k value is equivalent to 0. That means the center of the ellipse is at the origin. So here center C of h comma k is nothing but it is C of 0 comma 0. That's it. Number 3, what do you need to calculate? Number 3. Okay. Okay, we have coordinates of center. We need to find coordinates of vertices. Coordinates of vertices, here it is. You know, vertex is on the y-axis. Yes or no? Vertex is on the y-axis. This point is 0 comma A. Actually, I told you to do the vertical ellipse as an assignment. I hope you have done. This becomes 0 comma negative A. Major axis is along the y-axis. So vertices becomes V dash is equivalent to 0 comma plus or minus A, which is V dash is 0 comma plus or minus A. What's the A value? That is equal to 5. That is a vertices. Then next, what do we need? Okay, no need to get the drawing. I hope you can get the drawing now, since we already done vertical ellipse. Number 3, what do we need? Number 4, coordinates of vertices. Next one is coordinates of foci. So foci SS dash, this is a vertical ellipse. Focus lies on the y-axis. Is that correct? Isn't it? Focus lie on the y-axis. So that means this will be 0 comma plus or minus AE, which is we have 0 comma plus or A value. What's the A value? 5 times, what's the E value? It is 3 by 5. 3 by 5 5 and 5 will get cancelled. So coordinates of foci we have is 0, plus or minus 3. Now let's go with the equation of major axis. Equation of major axis. Right now major axis is along the y-axis. So if the major axis is along the y-axis, so equation of major axis becomes x is equal to 0. It does not lie on the x-axis. So what about equation of minor axis now? Equation of minor axis, this case it will be y is equal to 0 because minor axis is along the x-axis. It does not lie on the y-axis. Number 6, we need to find equation of directrices. DRCS in short form you can write equation of directrices. Now this is the vertical ellipse. So directrices will be intersecting y-axis, yes or no, which is y is equal to, what's the formula? Plus or minus a by e. Right? So which is again equivalent to plus or minus, what's a value? 5. What's e value? E value is 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Which is again equivalent to plus or minus 25 by 3. Then number 6, which is equal to y we have here it is. Y we have here it is. Y is plus or minus 25 by 3 implies 3y plus or minus, you write 3y plus or minus 25 is equivalent to 0, meaning it's same. One will become positive, one will become negative. Or you write this one as a 3y plus 25 is equal to 0, or 3y minus 25 is equal to 0. We have two directrices. Then after equation of directrices, now what do you have? Okay, equal length of lattice rectum. Number 7. Number 7, length of lattice rectum. What's the length of lattice rectum in case of ellipse? It is, don't tell me 4a, that is in parabola. 2b square by a unit, which is 2 times, what's a b square value? 16. What's a value? 5, which is equivalent to 32 by 5 units. Okay, last one, number 8. Coordinates of lateral recta. Coordinates, this is very simple question here. Coordinates of lateral recta. But second part B is a little bit complicated. Now focus lies on the y-axis. Focus lies on the y-axis means coordinates of lateral recta will be plus or minus b squared by a comma plus or minus ae. Is that correct? Is there a plus or minus b squared by a comma plus or minus ae? That because focus lies on the y-axis. This is a vertical ellipse. Focus lie on the y-axis, which means this will be plus or minus, what's b squared value? 16. What's a value? 5 comma plus or minus ae. We already calculated. What's the ae value? 3. Or you can write this one as, or you can write this one as, we have, please split now as we did, one positive value 16 by 5 comma 1 positive value, then 1 positive value comma 1 negative value, then 1 negative value and 1 positive value comma, then last one is 1 negative value comma negative value.